Sorry about that. And so like I said, I've been watching Christian movies, trying to get answers, and I'm finding them. And I believe that God He had me right where I was supposed to be. And He put everyone that I love around me for a reason. Everyone that I've lost, everyone that's still here. I'm not going to be able to be a mother. I most likely will not be able to have a child of my own due to my Spina Bifida, my kidneys, and UTI issues, and all that. So my cats were my babies. Even though they are not children, they were my babies. And I had about 6 at one time, and they've all gone now. And I emotionally get attached. And that's why it gets so hard when they pass. Because I relied on them, like I clung on to them. And I stood outside the back door watching Saphira chew on her stick and running around with it in her mouth, so proud of it. And I just strongly feel, and it's been like this for a year or so, that God put her in my life for a reason. I don't want to feel ungrateful for this life, because I don't. But there are many days where depression gets the best of me. And I believe that, I've always believed that everything happens for a reason, even the tragic things. I just want to say that you never know how much of an impact you're going to be on someone's life. You may never know. And there are so many people who have impacted my life that I can't even begin to explain. And I decided in 2018, when my health was declining, I want to do nothing but inspire people. I want to inspire you, whoever's watching this. And it is totally okay if you are not a Christian or religious. I am. And I believe in God, and I believe in heaven. And that is my belief. I've had a really rough patch since 2015. Well, 2014 really, or whatever. I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know. I was lost. Let me put it that way. I'd always been, I always believed in God, and, I felt empty. I felt hollow and cold, and I was like, why would you do this to me, My favorite story in the Bible is the story about Jonah. And the reason is because it's always been my favorite ever since I was a kid, and I could never understand why. And now, like, my whole life, I was exactly like Jonah. Not running away, but I was like, why would you bring Sergeant into my life and then take him away when I was not ready? In case you don't know, the story of Jonah, Jonah's laying in the sun, and he asks for shade, if I remember correctly, and God has a plant grow and give him shade, and the next day it dies. And Jonah was mad about that. And today, I watched Love Kennedy. And just so many things are popping in my mind. I think he has us right where he wants us. And I believe that I was meant to go down this path for a reason, so that I would come to this point in life where I would come to him again, and I would, realize I had not been the good Christian woman that I should have been over the years. I mean, I'd always tried to follow God's way. Maybe I made a mistake or two, but I was angry. I was not walking by faith. I was not walking the way a Christian should walk. I was mad. I was angry. And I hated. Like, I was so mad. I was like, why? And over the years, I slowly creeped up more and more onto my answer. Yeah. I hope this makes sense, but I still believe. I watched that yesterday. I still believe. And I watched as she had cancer, and she still believed. And I feel like I've been a terrible person. I've been ungrateful. Like, I want to be like Jesus. I want to walk like Jesus. And from now on, I'm going to walk by faith. And I think I just finally found my answer, Like, everything happens for a reason. And I'd always been searching for the reason, and I think this is it. I was like, God, why would you do this? Like, you don't make mistakes. But, I'm in pain. So much pain. So much that it keeps me up at night. And I'm moaning from the pain. And I'm trying to ignore it. And it takes me forever to get to bed. And then finally I wake up and I've fallen asleep maybe an hour or two ago. But you know what? I'm probably going to keep watching these movies because they change you. And I just want to say, go watch Love Kennedy, and go watch I Still Believe. It's on Amazon Prime. Free. To me, I believe. And let me just say, I'm feeling better. I had been so depressed that I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped brushing my hair, I stopped brushing my teeth, I stopped showering, I stopped taking my meds, I stopped everything. I said, I'm done. I even said to my brother, I said, I'm done. And he said to me, if you're just going to sit around and die, then we need to have another conversation. It reminds me of heaven is real. That's one of my favorite movies. I even bought it because I couldn't find it anywhere, and it might be in my closet. It reminded me of that young girl who had to go through so much. I've been lucky. I was, to my knowledge, I was only hospitalized when I was 11 months old, when they found out I had Spina Bifida, and I was in kidney failure. And I've had kidney problems ever since. To my knowledge, I didn't have to be hospitalized ever since then. However, I've been to countless doctor's visits and countless visits in the ER, even to this day. I've been praying because I think that this might have turned into a kidney infection, and I told God I didn't want to die. And I believe that the reason that I haven't died yet is because it's not my time, and you don't take people unless it's their time. So tell me what you want and guide me. And I've been praying for my depression, my anxiety. I don't want to be a clam. Anyways, that's my thoughts for the day. I've been in a lot of pain. Today it's been better, but yesterday and the day before was pretty hard. PT, like I said earlier, the PT took it out of me, and it's just because I have the infection too, that it was hard on me. And, I feel like I've been ungrateful. But, then I think, I'm depressed. And I feel like I need to continue praying. Because God hears me, and I believe He does. And you know what? I'm okay if I don't get a cure. If I don't get a cure. If it never comes around. If I don't get healed. Like, in heaven is real. I'm okay with it. Because you know what? I'm going to be strong. And I'm going to have faith. And I'm going to walk by faith.